All right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is the open source firewall project for CIT 370. And real quickly, I'm just going to kind of run you through our group and what we did to work on this project. So real quick, let me just share my screen. All right. So the group members were Diego, and then I'm Tim Anderson, and Rodrigo was also they were the three members of our group. Diego this week was in charge of kind of doing the research for the different types of open source firewalls, looking at the different ones and see which ones he thought would be beneficial, and then we met together and decided on one. And then Rodrigo, he's the one that put together this cool PowerPoint presentation, so I hope you all enjoy that. And then I'm doing the presentation itself. All right, so we're going to cover what a firewall is, what an open source firewall is, show you a list of possible open source firewalls, and then show you our choice of firewall. All right, so real quick, firewalls are designed to prevent malicious network packets from entering or leaving computers or networks. Kind of an important topic, especially nowadays with all the different malicious stuff going on. So it's definitely good to be aware of this, and I definitely became aware of how much I need to learn more about this. Now they can be software or hardware based, so they can take a couple of different forms. And then in terms of what an open source firewall is, so open source is a source code available on the internet for anyone to modify or distribute or enhance. The result of these modifications ensure that it runs exactly the way that you've configured it. One of the other benefits of that is that it's continually changing. So not only is it free, but it's something that people are continually adding to and changing. It's kind of like the Wikipedia of firewalls. So here are a list of different open source firewalls that we found. Lot to choose from, and once again, I learned a lot about how much I do not know about this. We ended up deciding to go with the IPFire open source. Once again, the benefit of that is that it's free and it's open source, and they have hundreds of thousands of people that use it all over the world. So this is kind of what their logo is off of their website. And then the features of it, it's very easy to operate. If you know it's very easy to operate once you can get it in play. It's got great performance, and you can easily deploy it on a proxy server or a VPN gateway. A quick note about the very easy to operate. I lack a little bit in figuring out how to use these virtual machines, and so I struggled getting it up and going on a virtual machine. So the best I can actually do is just show you. So here's the YouTube website. It's just an 11-minute video where this guy from the UK walks you through how to set up how to set up the whole firewall, and let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm actually going to mute what he's talking about, but just kind of show you some different features. So it's something that you can go online and you're able to just download it right off the internet. And then what you do is there's this Wingate installer that you use, and you're able to then upload that, or you're able to then use it in a virtual machine. And so he kind of walks through what that setup is, kind of showing you the different things that'll populate there. And then one thing that's really important to understand about this is that It requires you to know a little bit more about your network jacks, and how do you want things configured than I was prepared to do on my own. So it prompts you through some different things. Um, there's different passwords involved. The network configuration part, that's where it got a little bit confusing for me, just because you had to have a certain number of Ethernet jacks, and then depending on the colors, it associated different colors with different jacks. And so anyway, like I said, I was definitely kind of a novice at it, but you get everything set up, and then in his video, it kind of shows you kind of how to set up the IP configuration and things. So once again, this was definitely a learning experience for me. I came to understand a little bit more about why open source is good and beneficial, because it's free and there's a lot of people way smarter than me that are making changes to it. But at the same time, I also came to appreciate just how, as you know, the easy install is sort of a relative thing as long as you're more familiar with setting up a virtual machine. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. My group members did a great job, kind of pointing me in the right direction of how to do this. And anyway, I enjoyed finding out more about this. Thanks.